Hello, Primary 4 students. This is Master George, your math teacher. Okay, are you ready for today? Okay, today we're going to continue our exercise last week. Okay, some are finished, some not yet. Okay? Okay, let's review first and then continue our lesson. Okay, this is page 12. This is part C, and then page 13. Okay, you open your book, page 12. Okay, part C. Students, now let's start here. Round the following numbers to the nearest 100. Okay, round the following numbers to the nearest 100. Okay, nearest 100. For number 1 is 1289. Okay, look here. 8 for tens. You round off the number here for the 100. Becomes 3. Okay, your answer is 1300. For number 2, you have the number 535. You round off to the nearest 100, but the number here next to 5 is 3. Okay, you don't change the number, and then the answer is here is 500. Correct, students? Now, for number 3, you have the number 1229. You round off to the nearest 100. The 100 place here is 2, but the tens place is 2. The answer is here is 1200. Correct, students? Okay, next is number 4. Number 4, you have 1156. You round off to the nearest 100. The number 1 here is in hundreds place. Next is 5. Okay, 5 to round off to the number 1. Okay, 200. The answer is 1200. Correct, students? Okay, now let's move to letter D. List the numbers that can be rounded to the nearest 100. Okay, list the numbers. What are the numbers? Okay, here is 1400. What are the numbers that can be rounded to the nearest 100? The same with 1400. What are the numbers? The numbers are 1350. 350. If you round this number, becomes 1400. Correct, students? To 1399. If you round these numbers, becomes 1400. And then from 1401 to 1449. You round these numbers to the nearest 100. The answer is 1400. Correct, students? Okay. Next is number 2. What are the numbers that can be rounded to 2500 to the nearest 100? The numbers are 2450 to 2449. 99. Okay, these are the numbers. You round this to the nearest hundred, becomes 2,500. And 2,501 to 2,549, if you round these numbers, okay, the same, 2,500. Correct, students? Okay, these are the numbers can be rounded to the nearest hundred. Next is number 3. Number 3 is 3,600. What are the numbers can be rounded to the nearest hundred? Okay, these are 3,550 to 3,599 and 3,601 to 3,649. Okay, next is number 4. Number 4 is 4,700. What are the numbers that can be rounded to the nearest hundred is equals to 4,700? The numbers are 4,650 to 4,699. Okay, you round these numbers to 4,700 and 4,701 to 4,749 can be rounded to the nearest hundred. Correct, students? Let us check your answer. Now let's move to letter D. Okay, letter E. You are a newspaper reporter. You get the following information about the happenings on a particular day. You have to use the information to write newspaper headlines. Prepare a headline for each item of information by rounding the numbers. Okay, these are the information here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5,232 people died in an earthquake. Nearest hundred. What is the answer? The nearest hundred is 2, but next to is in the tens is 3. Less than 5. The answer is 5,200. Correct, students? Number 2 is 52,344 people watch a football match, and then you round this to the nearest thousand. Okay, nearest thousand here is 2, but next is 3 from the hundreds place. Cannot be rounded, the same 52,000. Correct, students? Okay, number 3. You have 456 people were affected by a viral fever. Nearest 10. Okay, 10 is 5. Next to 5 is 6. Okay, more than 5. You can round this number to the nearest 10 to 460. Correct, students? Okay, very good. Now let's move to your next exercise. Okay, letter F. Okay, letter F, you have 14 items here, 14 numbers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Round the following numbers to the nearest 10. Okay? Nearest 10. All the numbers here. For number 1, nearest 10 here is 6. But the next is 7. You can round this to the nearest 10 to 70. Number 2 is 59. 9 rounded to the nearest 10. The answer is 60. 84. Number 3. 4 less than 5. The number is the same. And then 0. 80. Students. Number 4. 376. 376, nearest 10 is here 7, but next is 6. Okay, rounded to the nearest 10 to 380. Okay, 380. Number 5, 563. Nearest 10 is 6. Okay, 6. But next to 6 for one's place is 3, less than 5. Now, you can round this to 560 only. Number 6, 946. 946 rounded to 950. 4, next is 6. Okay, round off to 50. Number 7, 396. Next to 9 is 6. 9 is the nearest 10 here, 10's place. If you add this one, becomes 10. And 3 becomes 4. The answer is 400. Correct, students? Okay. Now let's go to number 8. We're saying 83. The nearest 10 is here is 8. But next is 3. The answer is 9,080. Next is number 9. Number 9 is 7,096. Next to 9 is 6. 9 is the nearest 10 here is. You change to 9, becomes 0, and then becomes 7,100. Number 10. 8,937. Nearest 10 is 3. Next is 7. The answer is 8,940. Okay. Now let's move to number 11. 78,563. Nearest 10 is 6. Okay, but the next number is 3. Okay, before is 3. The answer is 78,560. Okay, next students. Next is number 12. Number 12 is 35,985. The nearest 10 is here is 8, 85. Next is 5. Okay, you can round off the number to 35,990. 85 becomes 90 here. Number 13. 67,832. The nearest 10 is here is 3, 32. Next is 2. The answer is 67,830. It's the nearest 10. 14. 98,567. The nearest 10 is 6. 7 is the next number. you can round off the number to 98,570. Okay, students? Okay. Please check your answer from number 1 to 14. Okay. Next is letter G. Okay, page 13 and number 2 is 14. Okay, in your book. Okay, letter G. Find the greatest and smallest possible values for each. Okay, number 1. Okay, greatest. Okay na? And smallest. Greatest, same biggest and smallest. Okay? The mass of a mango when rounded to the nearest 10 is 500. 500, okay? Nearest 10, 500. The smallest possible value for the mass of the mango is, what is the number? Nearest 10 to become 500 is 495. This is the smallest. If you round this to the nearest 10, 9 becomes 500. For students, the greatest possible value, greatest and biggest, for the mass of the mango is, what number here? Becomes 504. 504, if you round this to the nearest 10 is 500. Okay, 504 is the greatest possible value than 495. Okay, students? Okay, very good. Next is number 2. Mr. Bob travels a distance of 280 kilometers. When rounded to the nearest 10 to Bangkok, the same na? Nearest 10, 280. Longest and shortest. Longest is the longest possible distance he traveled is 284. The longest. If you round this to the nearest 10 is 280. Okay, students? The shortest possible distance is 275. 275, if you round this to the nearest 10 is 280. Shortest 75, then 284. This is the longest. Correct, students? Okay. Next is letter H. Letter H is round the numbers to the nearest 100. Okay, nearest 100. Okay, all 14. Okay, 14. Number 1 is 234. 234, you round this to the nearest 100 is 200. 456 for number 2, you can round this to 500. Next, students, because 4, next is 5. 763. 7 is in 100 place. Next is 6. You can round this to 800. Number 4 is 984. Next to 9 is 8. You can round this to 1000. Okay, students, number 4 is round this to the nearest hundred, this is 1000. Okay, so sorry, this is 0, okay, and then 1. Okay, the answer is 1000. Students, sorry na. Okay, number 5. Okay. Number 5 is 7436. The nearest hundred is 7400. Students, 7400. Number 6. Number 6 is 3982. If you round the nearest hundred, becomes 4000. Okay. Next is number 7. Number 7 here is 5093. You know, next to 0 here is 9. You round this to 5100. And number 8. 7492. Nearest hundred here is 4. Next is 9. 7500. 8983. You round this to 9000. Number 10. 38,937. You round this to 39,000. Number 11. 45,837. 8. You round this to 45,900. Number 12. 76,888. 88 here. The next is 8. You round this to 76,900. Number 13. Number 13 is 99,999. Next to 9 here is 9. Then you round this to 100,000. Correct, students? And number 14 is 34,982. 9. Next you round is 8. You round this to 35,000. Correct, students? Okay, don't forget the number 4 here is, the answer is 1000. Okay, students, sorry for I write here 900. Okay, for the last exercise is letter I. Okay, in each of the following, the number has been rounded to the nearest hundred. Find the greatest and smallest possible values for each. Okay, number 1 is there are 2,300 pupils in a school. Okay, pupils, same students. The greatest possible number of pupils is nearest hundred is 2,349. The greatest number, and the smallest here is 2,250. If you round this to the nearest hundred, the same is 2,300. And the other number is 2,250 is the smallest. If you round this to 2,300. And for the last number here, for number 2 is a plane flew a distance of 800 kilometers. The shortest possible distance the plane flew is 750. If you round this to the nearest hundred is 800. And the longest distance the plane flew is 849. 849 is the longest if you round this to the nearest hundred is 800. Correct, students? Okay, that's all for today. Okay, see you next time, students. Okay, thanks for watching, students. Bye bye.